Good morning. This video lecture is for class 6th, subject English. This lesson, A Pact with the Sun, has been taken from your supplementary reader, that is A Pact with the Sun. This is lesson 8 and we are going to cover the entire lesson in one lecture only. So let's quickly start with the lesson, A Pact with the Sun. Moving next. Contents. The contents that I am going to share in this video lecture are: first, introduction, story, A Pact with the Sun. The entire story will be explained to you all. Then summary of the story, new words and their meaning, classwork, followed by homework. It's mandatory to do the homework and submit it to me. Moving next to our first slide, that is introduction to the lesson, A Pact with the Sun. What do you mean by the word? Can anyone tell me what do you mean by the word pact? The word pact means an agreement, okay? So here it is saying a formal agreement. A pact with the sun means a formal agreement with the sun. So here in the story, there's a girl, Saida. She does a formal agreement with the sun. Now let's read what formal agreement does she do with the sun, right? Let's quickly read the introduction first. This story shows the healing power of nature and its importance. It revolves around a girl whose mother was sick and her prayers to the sun help her mother recover from her illness. Right? Further, Saida's mother has not received proper medical treatment for her complaint. So basically her mother, Saida's mother, she couldn't receive proper medical treatment for her complaints, mean for whatever sufferings or for whatever illness she was having, she was not getting a proper medical treatment for that, right? Moving next. She is denied healthy food, sunshine and fresh air. She's denied healthy food means she's not able to eat healthy food, sunshine and fresh air, which is very important for a person to heal from any kind of disease he or she is suffering from. So her mother was not even allowed to have healthy food, sunshine and fresh air. Let's read further. At last, she consults a good physician who gives her effective medicine and sound advice. Now later on what happens? She goes and she meets a proper physician. Okay, I hope you people know who's a physician. Who's a physician, if anyone can tell me? Yes, a physician is a doctor. Okay, a physician is a qualified doctor who practices medicine. So at last she consults a good physician who gives her effective medicine and sound advice. He gives the proper prescription of the medicines that Saida's mother had to take and gives a sound advice. What can be that sound advice? Can anyone guess? Okay, so we are going to read that sound advice in the lesson. Okay, I will not reveal everything here in this same slide. Moving next. A pact with the sun. So now we have the story here, a pact with the sun, an agreement with the sun. Let's start. It's a very interesting story, children. Please focus here only. Let's start. Saida's mother had been ailing for a long time. Fever, cough, body ache, painful joints and whatnot. Treated by a variety of physicians for weeks, she often showed signs of improvement, but soon relapsed into her old sick self. One complaint substituted by another. Though weak and colorless, she was forbidden normal food and was under strict orders to remain perpetually confined to her small dingy room with doors and windows, fastened, deprived of sunshine and fresh air. So basically, the story revolves around Saida and Saida's mother. Saida's mother has been ailing for a long time. Ailing means she has been ill for a very long time. The word ailing means ill. She had fever, she had cough, she had body ache, she had her joints used to pain a lot and what not. All type of illness or all kinds of illness were there in Saita's mother. She went to a variety of physician. Okay, I told you the meaning of physician earlier also, a person qualified to practice medicine. So she went to a variety of doctors, but she often showed signs of improvement, but soon relapsed into her old sick self. Relapsed means she came back to her own self, which she was earlier. Okay, the ill way that she used to again relapse means she used to come back to the period where she had not improved herself. One complaint substituted by another, one problem substituted means accompanied by another. Though weak and colorless, she had turned to be very weak and colorless. The entire face, all the colors of the beautiful face had all faded away. She was forbidden normal food. She was not given normal food and was under strict orders to remain perpetually confined. Now, what was the word perpetually mean? Perpetually means never ending. Okay, so it was never ending. It remained never ending and it confined to her small dingy room. She was there in a very small, dark, dirty room with doors and windows fastened and deprived of sunshine and fresh air. In the room in which she was staying, she couldn't get sunlight. It was dirty, it was dark. She was all alone in that room. Clear? So let's move further. Let's see what next happens to her. Further, when she became critical, her relatives and neighbors persuaded her to consult a specialist, even though his fee was likely to be high. Life is more precious than money. They said Saita's mother was poor, but she heeded their advice and sold a few trinkets to pay the doctor's fee and the cost of medicine. The doctor came in a few days and examined her and prescribed effective but costly medicine. To the question as to what she should eat, he said, anything you wish to eat. Chapati, vegetables, milk, fruits, etc. In addition to all this, he added emphatically, leave this dark hovel and occupy a bigger room with doors and windows open. Sit in the sun every morning from 8 to 9. Sunshine and fresh air, he concluded, are more important than any medicine. So now, when her condition became very critical, she was very sick, her relatives and neighbors told her to go to a specialist, of the medicine or of the illness you are having, right? So she went to that even though his fees was likely to be high. Okay, people said that even if the fees is too high of the doctors, please go and visit a specialist. So people told her, they gave them amount of advices that life is more precious than money, they said. So Sahida's mother was very poor, but then also she heeded their advice. She heeded their advice means she paid notice, or she listened to their advice. She heeded their advice and sold a few trinkets. Trinkets means some jewelry. Okay, trinkets means jewelry to pay the doctor's fee. So she sold some of her jewelries to pay the doctor fee and the cost of the medicine. The doctor came in few days and examined her, and the doctor came and prescribed the medicines. They were costly, but they were very effective to her. And she asked a question to the doctor that what she should eat. He said, you should eat normal chapati, vegetables, milk, fruit, etc. Everything. There's nothing that you can't eat. And in addition to that, he said, emphatically. Okay, he said in a forceful way that you have to do this. Leave this dark hovel. Dark hovel means leave this dark small dwelling house and occupy a bigger room with doors and windows open, because in the room which Saida's mother was there, that was very small, it was dingy, it was dark and dirty. So the doctor advised her to move to a better room with doors and windows open, and he told her, sit in the sun every morning from 8 to 9. Sunshine and fresh air, he concluded, are more important than medicine. Of course, nature has their own way of healing. The thing which medicines can't do, sometimes nature does to people. So same advice the doctor came and he said to sit in the sun and to take some fresh air. Okay, so now let's see, after the advice of doctor, did she follow the advice of the doctor? Did her health remain the same, or there was some improvement? So now let's quickly move further to read what happens next. The doctor and his advice became a subject of noisy commentary among all present. Some favored while others opposed it. Exposure to sun and air for someone afflicted with chronic cough was dangerous, an experienced lady declared. A younger neighbor nearly quarreled with her over this. Too exhausted to participate in the debate, Saida's mother remained quiet, but determined to follow the doctor's advice. Forget the consequences, she said. At last, I'll carry out his instructions to the letter. Move my bed into the next room and let me sit in the sun on my charpoy for an hour daily. So now basically everybody, when the doctor came and he gave the advice, everybody started commenting on whatever the doctor said, that you should do like this way, you should do like this. So there are many people and they have their different opinions and different advice. So here also, in the case of Saida's mother also, there were a lot of neighborhood people, there were a lot of people who were there, and they all were passing their own comments, right? Some favored, some were agreeing with the doctor, and some opposed it. Someone said that it's completely wrong whatever the doctor was saying. And people were concerned that if Saida's mother will sit in the sun, then she is going to spread this chronic cough to everyone. So they were saying that exposure to sun and air for someone afflicted with chronic cough was dangerous. So they were thinking that if she's going to sit in the sun, and in case if she coughs, then it is dangerous for the other people who are living in the nearby places. So a younger neighbor also quarreled over this. He also started shouting over this, and too exhausted, she was really very tired, so she did not participate in the debate. Saida's mother did not participate in the debate and she remained quiet, but she, in her mind, she was thinking that I will follow all the advice which the doctor gave. And she said, forget the consequences, and I'll carry out the instructions to the letter. And she said, please move my bed into the next room and let me sit in the sun on my charpai for an hour daily. So she wanted to sit on a charpai for an hour daily in the next room where the light of sun came. Right, now let's see what happens further. It so happened that the sky remained overcast the next morning. The same was the case the following day. Saida's mother was dejected. She muttered, "O Lord of mine, why have you ordered the sun to remain hidden? How will I ever be good?" Further, Saida was playing with her doll nearby and she heard her mother lament but kept calm. Later in the afternoon, when she stumbled on a spot of pale sunshine in the courtyard, she ran to her mother to say the sun was there. "No, no," said everybody present. It's too late and chilly. Your mother can't sit out there. Disheartened, Saida returned to her doll. There was no sun really except for its last remnant, entangled in the top branches of the family mango tree. When we wake up, our temperature and blood pressure rise to normal. Our heartbeat and breathing also become normal, and we are fully awake and have forgotten most, if not all, the dreams that we had while sleeping. So now what happened, that when her mother in the morning, when she wanted to follow the doctor's advice, she went out to have the light of the sun or to sit under the sun. There was no sun that day. It so happened that the sky remained overcast. Overcast means it was overcast by the clouds. The clouds were there and the sun did not come. The same was the case the following day. Next day also this was the same case, that the sun never came. Saida's mother was dejected. She was very depressed. She was very sad that this is what is happening. Sun is not coming now. She muttered, "Oh Lord of mine, why have you ordered the sun to remain hidden?" So now she muttered, she said in her mind that, "God, why have you not asked the sun to come out? Why have you ordered the sun to remain hidden? How will I ever be cured? How will I ever be cured?" Means now how will I be normal? I will be back from this illness, right? And Saida was playing there nearby. She heard her mother's lament. Lament means her sorrow, whatever she was requesting the god. So she heard that, but she kept calm. Later in the afternoon, when she stumbled on a spot of pale sun, while she was playing there, she stumbled. Almost stumble means almost fall on the spot of a pale sunshine in the courtyard. She ran to her mother and she said, "Mama, let's move out, move out. The sun is there." And everybody present in the house said, "No, it's too late and chilly. It's become cold now. Your mother can't sit out there." And she was very disheartened and she returned back to her doll, and there was no sun really, except for its last remnant. Last remnant means like a little rays which are falling, no, last piece, if you can say. A little quantity is left. Remnant means a little part is left, entangled. Entangled means it has been twisted together in the top branches of the family mango tree. When we wake up, now it's simply saying that when we wake up, our temperature and blood pressure rise to normal. Our heartbeat and breathing also become normal, and we are fully awake and have forgotten most, if not all, the dreams that we had while sleeping. Right? So now moving next. Now next, what happens? Now children have at their command a secret language foreign to grown-ups altogether, in which they fluently communicate with trees, flowers, animals, the sun and the moon, perhaps even with the Almighty. Using that special language, Saida addressed her remark to the last departing ray of the sun. "Dearest sister, do come tomorrow with lots of warmth and brightness. You see, my mother is ill and needs your help." So now basically children have their own command, or you can say they have their own language to talk to the nature, like the flowers, the trees, animals, the sun, the moon, perhaps even with the Almighty. We say, that God listens to the children very quickly. Why? Because it's said that the children are very pious. They are very, they're very natural. Whatever is there in their heart, that is what they speak. So here also in the story, it's considered that children have their secret language to talk to the nature, to talk to Almighty. And using that special language, even Saida addressed to the sun. She said, "Dearest sister, do come tomorrow." She said to the sun that please come tomorrow with lot of warmth and brightness. "You see, my mother is ill and needs your help." And she said, "You can see that my mother is very ill and I need your help." Okay, now let's see what happens further. Did the sun listen to her advice or to her request or not? Surely, answered the light. Don't look unhappy. We'll be here at the fixed hour. Next day, early in the morning, when the sprightly sun rays embellished themselves for their journey down to earth, the sun said, "It's our day off again. We are staying up here." So now even the sun, the light also said, "Okay, don't worry, Saida, don't look unhappy. We'll be here at the fixed hour. You need not worry." And next day, early in the morning, when the sprightly sun rays embellished themselves for their journey, means they started coming down to make their way to the earth. They started their journey down to earth. The sun said here, "It's our day off. Today also our day is off and we are staying up here." And the sun is saying that we are not going to go down, means the rays are not going to go down. Today is a off for us and we are staying up here. Now let's see what happens further. The road to earth is blocked by an army of thick, mucky clouds. The little race so much wanted to go down for a lurk, but they remained quiet. One of them, though, who had made a pact with little Saida, said, "Sir, I can't stay back. I have given my word to Saida, whose mother is ill and needs our help. I'll pierce through the clouds to reach Saida's courtyard. How else will her mother be cured?" Hearing this, all the rays nearly staged a revolt against their father. The son, "Fancy staying back again," they said in a single voice. "What will the people of the earth say about us, that we of the heavens have turned liars?" So now here, when the sun said to their children, the rays, that the way is blocked by the thick murky clouds. By the thick murky clouds means they are covered with thick and they're covered with dirty clouds. Okay, so the little rays, and they wanted to go down as they had promised to Saida that they are going to come down today. So one of the rays said to the father that even if it is dirty, I will go to Saida. Otherwise, I will pierce through the cloud to reach Saida's courtyard, as I have given my word to Saida, whose mother is ill. And now all the rays nearly staged a revolt. Means they also took their side, took the side of one of the rays, and they said that we will go as we have done a pact with little Saida. Pact means we have done an agreement with Saida. So they said in a single voice, "What will the people of the earth say about us? That we of the heavens have turned liars." They said that if we are not going to go down, people will call us liars. They will say that we are lying. We don't listen to people. The sun relented. "Please yourselves," he said. "Mind your clothes, though the clouds are mucky." So now the sun relented. He said, "Okay, fine. But please yourself," means be careful. He said, "Mind your clothes. Your clothes will be dirty because the clouds are very murky. They are very dirty." Okay. Let's see what happens further. Are they able to go to the earth? Further, "Never mind our clothes." So now the race said, "Never mind our clothes. We can always change. But go we must." And the race rushed towards the earth. The clouds stood guard between them and Saida's courtyard. The little rays focused their heat, and they had enough of it, on a battalion of clouds which had to flee from its post. The rays got through, shooting past the bewildered clouds. They were already late. Okay, so now they all went to Saida's courtyard, and there was a battalion, means there was a battle between the clouds and the rays of the sun, which had to flee from its post. So now the clouds had to go from their places. The rays got through, they went inside the clouds, shooting past the bewildered clouds, and they just came between, pierced, they started coming from between the clouds. They were already late. Saida saw the whole host of them approaching, and her heart leaped with joy. She shouted, Amma, Amma, the sun is here. Come out. Old lady's eyes welled up with tears of gratitude. Her charpai was placed in the courtyard, and she sat on it for an hour, reclining against bolsters. It had been months since she had felt the sun on her hands and face and breathed in fresh air. She thought she was in a new world. Though pale, her face glowed and her eyes shone bright. She saw her child too bathe in sunlight and kissed her. The morning air brought in a new fragrance from nearby flowers. The birds chanted a new tune. Saida's mother felt better already. So now when the sun came there, Saida started shouting, Amma, Amma, and she came out and she was so happy to see the sun. Even a tear of gratitude came out of her eye, and she had placed her charpai in the courtyard. She sat there in a reclining against bolsters. Bolsters means pillows, thick pillows. Okay, reclining means to take, to just recline, to take apart, or you can say to sit at the back with the help of a pillow. Okay, and she's saying it had been months since she had felt the sun on her hands. She took she breathed in fresh air, and she thought that she was completely in a new world. Though pale, though she was not that fit and healthy, but then also her face glowed and her eyes shone bright. She saw her child too bathe in sunlight, and she was so happy to see her child dancing, or she was enjoying in the sunlight. She kissed her, and that morning brought new fragrance from the nearby flowers. The birds chanted a new tune, and Saida's mother already felt better. She was very happy, and she was already feeling very good, very happy. She is fully recovered now, but she still follows the doctor's advice. An hour of sunlight and lungfuls of fresh air every day. So now also she has recovered fully. She has recovered. She has turned to be normal the way she was earlier before her ailments. But then also she follows the doctor's advice, and an hour of sunlight means every day she gives, or she sits in sunlight for 1 hour, and lungfuls of fresh air every day means she breathes in fresh air every day. Clear? Isn't the story, wasn't the story interesting? Yes. Okay. Now moving further. Now this is the summary of the story. This story revolves around a girl, Saida, whose mother was suffering from fever, body pain, cough and joint pain, etc. For a long time, she was not getting the right treatment. She was denied normal food, sunlight and fresh air. Despite trying varied treatments, her illness was relapsing. Then she consulted a specialist for her treatment, who examined her and suggested some effective medicines. The specialist also told her to sit in the sunlight daily. She then moved her bed to a bigger room to get more sunlight. But somehow for a few days the sun did not appear, and it remained cloudy. Saida prayed to the rays of the sun to come the next morning, as her mother needed the warmth of the sun to get well. The sun rays agreed and promised to help her. Next morning, the sun rays made way through the clouds to give sunlight to Saida's mother. In the end, Saida's mother recovered by taking a good amount of sunlight and fresh air. So now she had totally recovered by taking a good amount of sunlight and fresh air. Moving next to the class. Oh, sorry, new words and meanings. Dingy, dark and dirty. Persuaded, to move someone to believe something by arguing. Trinkets, piece of jewelry. Hovel, a small dirty place. Relented, to get softened in feelings. Bolsters, pillows. Clear? So these are the new words and the meanings. Now we'll be coming to the classwork. What is your own formula for keeping good health? So you have to write your own formula for keeping good health. B. Who would you recommend to a patient in your neighborhood? The physician contacted first or the specialist contacted next? So you have to tell the answer. Who would you recommend to a patient in your neighborhood? A physician or a specialist contacted next. So you have to tell who you should contact first. Give reasons for your choice. You have to give the reasons for whatever choice you pick up among the two. Then the homework. Answer the following questions. What did the physicians ask Saida's mother to do to get well? Did their advice help her? If not, why? So you have to tell what did the physician ask Saida's mother to do? Did their advice help her? And if not, why? B. What did the specialist prescribe in addition to medicine? Okay. Question number C. What did Saida tell the sun rays to do? What did she tell the sun rays to do? Why were the sun rays keen to go down to the earth the next day? Why were the sun rays so keen to go down to the earth the next day? Clear to everyone? So that's about the story, a pact with the sun, a formal agreement with the sun which Saida did to recover her mother from all the ailments that she was suffering from. So that's the story, and it tells us the importance of sunlight and how and in what way sunlight can help us from recovering from any ailment that we are suffering from. So that's all. Thank you. Have a nice day.